Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Majik Ministries. I am Nina Diedrich, the Magic Mom, and, well, I'm here to give you your daily love note. We're going to start this off with a few cards I pulled for Instagram out of the Woman Runes deck by Bridget's Grove. And I actually want to read one of these out of the book too. So we're going to draw an extra card for all of you here on YouTube. And that's the one we're going to read out of the book. But first, I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for keeping love centered in your heart, no matter how crazy it looks outside. And, well, just thank you for being you. Now, the cards we got for today are the Cauldron, the 14 card. And that card is about our inner alchemy and how we stay centered no matter what is going on around us. It also is about how we contain those things inside of ourselves too, and then express them through our art. So it's kind of like throwing all of the things into the witch's cauldron and then, well, seeing what spell comes out. Our next card is the Egg, the naming card, 21. So this is about us calling into our lives what it is that we're expecting, right? Naming our power. The Cauldron of Dancing Women is the one that came out next, and it's the 34, so that's a 7. And it's also about how we honor ourselves by being loyal to our commitments. And then the 4th card was the Wand, okay? And this is a blessing card. It's also about making things sacred and honoring those rights that mean something to you, and then sending that out. It's also about setting good boundaries too as well. So now let's get your guys' card here on YouTube. That one? Ooh, this is one of my favorite cards. It's kind of like the Magician card, but this is the Witch's Hat rune. And it's the rune of spells, magic, and enchantment. And, well, that's kind of why you show up here, isn't it? Let's read this one to everybody. Okay, so the Witch's Hat is the rune of magic, spells, and enchantment. This is a rune of naming and claiming and owning and doing. This is a rune of creation, of web weaving, spell casting, and magic making. This is a rune of celebration and of showing up. So what have you been afraid to claim? What name have you been afraid to speak? And what scares you to step forward and own? We all have magic within us boiling in our cauldron of being, keeping time with our heart song, crackling out through our fingertips, and waiting to be expressed and sung into being. So what enchants you? What needs your sparkle and spice? What needs your magic? What spell are you casting? Is it a conscious one? One with purpose, intention, and focus? Or is it unconscious and still forming? Is it time to sweep off the hat and step forward, bold and proud? Or is it time to scoop it up and put it on, saying, "This is me. This is who I am"? You are capable. You are creative. And you are alive. Because you are the enchantress. You are magic. So gather up your resources. Collect your attention. Stir up your power and step forth with boldness. Because this is me, a magical woman. And yes, that pointed hat is mine. And you all saw me get one last year for my birthday, so, you know, that's a legit thing. And this is true. And that is what we're harnessing here every day at Majik Ministries. The ability to name our power and cast our spell. And know the messages we have are the ones you're looking for the answers to. So, what power are you calling in? Tell me in the comments below. All right, so let's see what the universe has to say to us today, huh? We'll pull out the Universe Has Your Back cards. And then I think I'm going to clarify with the Witch's Tarot, which I believe is by Deborah Blake. Yep. Just because, you know, we're talking about the witch's hat today, and what better tarot deck to use than, well, the Everyday Witch Tarot. But first, let's start with Gabrielle Bernstein's The Universe Has Your Back. And we went through this entire book in the playlist section. I don't remember how many videos there were, but there was like 20 or so. And it was a pretty good read. So our first card is, I find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort, right? We all know sometimes growth is not the most comfortable thing, right? Think about when you were going through puberty and going through rapid growth spurts and the leg pain alone, right? It wasn't comfortable, but we knew in order to get bigger, we had to go through it, right? Well, your soul's kind of doing the same thing right now, and some of that pain is hard to imagine or manage, but imagine how amazing it's going to be once we all get through this cycle, right? Let's get another card. Oh, we had two pop out, because remember, your energy creates your reality, and what you focus on is what you will manifest, right? So if you're focusing on how shitty the world is, well, you're just going to keep manifesting shit. But if you can set that aside and realize that the universe wants nothing but to give you all of your hopes and dreams, you get back into that vortex, right? That Esther Hicks is always talking about. And that's where you should be making your decisions from. A place of love and not a place of fear. So remember, in any moment you can surrender to the powerful presence of love through prayer, contemplation, and stillness. So are you listening to that soft, still voice inside of yourself when you're quiet? Or are you listening to mass media? Seems like a no-brainer on what you should be listening to, right? Let's get one more. There it is, right here. Because remember, hope is the conduit for miracles. And we put our witch's hat on today, and we expect nothing but miracles, right? So, oops. Let's get our clarifiers from the Witch's Tarot. And I think, if I can find my, oh, there it is. We'll read a couple of these out of the book as well, because I love the way she puts things. Oh my goodness. There goes our cards on the floor. Holy moly. And would you look at that? We get two. Two right side up, two side down. Let's spread our cards back out here. And plop these puppies down where they go. Alright, so let's start with the upside down cards. We get the Six of Cups. So, nostalgia, right? And this is also about being philanthropic too, as well, and giving what you have received. And it comes out with the World card. So, funny that creating our reality brings us the world. And the Fool card, ultimate surrender to life's possibilities and the knowledge that you can be, do, and have anything you will, as long as you believe that it's for you, right? And we end that with the Wheel of Fortune card. And the wheel does spin, but where she stops, nobody knows. But we all hope, right, for the best. So, those are pretty good confirmations for our cards here. Let's start with the Six of Cups. So we find deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort, and its clarifying card was the Six of Cups. So let's see here. I'll show you the blown up picture of the card. So here's the Six of Cups card in the book, and it says, here, let me give you this, right? So the universe is indeed trying to give us something. And it says, sometimes the smallest gesture made with no expectation of return can touch the heart in profound ways, right? And that is indeed true. So things to consider with this card are, you have probably heard the phrase random acts of kindness, right? These are those small unexpected gestures that put a smile on someone's face, like allowing an elderly person to take your seat on the bus, or feeding a parking meter so some stranger doesn't get a ticket. So the question from this card is, have you been practicing kindness? And if not, you might want to try it. Say something nice to everyone you meet for a day, or give an unexpected gift just to show someone you love them. And if someone has been kind to you recently, be sure to pass it along, right? I love that. So, 21, the World card came out with our creating our own reality card. And it says, success and celebration are yours, right? Because the world is your oyster. Unless you don't like oysters, in which case it is your hot fudge sundae. So with this card, it brings to culmination the ability of ourselves to create our own realities, right? And then have those realities manifest in our life in the physical. So it could be that today something really awesome is going to manifest into your reality for some past work that you have done, right? And, you know, that leads us into the Fool card. And the Fool card is the beginning of everyone's journey. You know, it symbolizes the ability that we have to embrace the unknown. And so the message from this card says, getting the Fool card doesn't mean you are a fool. Far from it. What it probably means is that you have been hesitating at the precipice of a big decision, afraid to make the kind of choice that could change your whole life forever, or even making a smaller choice that could shake things up. The Fool reminds us that after a while you have to stop considering all of the possible options. Listen to your gut and just do it. So, if you don't have faith in the universe, then have faith in yourself. And even if the adventure doesn't work out the way you want it to, you will almost certainly learn something and grow from the experience, right? And that's where the Wheel of Fortune card comes in. And it's the 10. 10 is about completion, and we are kind of completing a lot of really big personal things right now. We also have a full moon coming on, I think it's Friday. Let's see, today's the 3rd. Yeah, Friday, I believe, is the full moon in Sagittarius. And it has some pretty big astrological happenings too. I'm not an astrologer. I do try to keep up with it as much as I can. So I'm not sure exactly what all of that really entails, but I do know Sagittarius is about us releasing that arrow of our intention and having faith that it's going to land on its mark. And that's kind of what the Wheel of Fortune card is. All possibilities lie before you right now. You just have to get the balls to spin the wheel, right? So, with change comes opportunity. So which will you choose? Are you going to choose from fear, like the media would like you to? Or are you going to know that you are safe, loved, and protected, always, in all ways? And that all your wants and needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectation? Because everything is always working out for us, right? So, things to consider when you pull the Wheel of Fortune card. The Wheel of Fortune says, heads up, pay attention. Are there opportunities in front of you that you are not paying attention to? And if so, you better grab one before it spins out of reach. Are you wrestling with a difficult choice? Well, this card won't help you to make the decision, but it does remind you that fortune favors the bold. If you don't choose, chances are the universe is going to choose for you. So sometimes the Wheel of Fortune is simply a warning that something unexpected is coming. And that doesn't mean something bad necessarily. But it is always good to be prepared, isn't it? So, not that I'm expecting some big, huge tower moment. Well, more than we've already had recently, but there are definitely, we are hitting that point where we have to make that choice. Are you choosing love, or are you choosing fear and all of the things that accompany that? Envy, jealousy, greed, anger, all of those things that we're trying to step away from as a populace. And that's not what we're choosing anymore. We're choosing love and joy and the knowledge that, well, miracles are our natural birthright, right? And we're supposed to be here to be happy, not to struggle. So are you letting in what the universe is trying to give you? Or are you turning your face away and saying, no, that's not for me. I didn't do anything to earn that. Because the universe doesn't give a flying fuck if you earned it. It just wants to give you more and more and more of what you choose. So, why don't we all take a moment right now to choose what is of the highest good for all? Love and the knowledge that we are creators, creating. God, Godding. And life, lifing. And we only came here to get closer to love. So, thank you for joining me again today for this daily love note. And remember, we love you all beyond measure. So go out, be good. Be good to yourselves. But most of all, please keep being good to each other. We are the lights lighting up the dark for so many. So make sure you turn yours up super bright today. Take my love with you and spread it around as far as it will go. And I'll be back with all of you again tomorrow. So until next time, be blessed. And know we're here when you need us. Don't forget to hit the like button,
and subscribe if you have not already. We are trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that we can again live stream from our cell phones. So, I love you, and I'll see you soon.